We're back, people, and today we're breaking down film on Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins offense versus the Raiders, and kind of looking at how insanely efficient they were in this game. Just really, really good work again from the offense. I think the biggest selling point for the Dolphins, after getting another win, how they've looked since Tua's return the past 4 weeks, is how different the offense has been able to find their success. They've been great on third down. Tua has been very, very good off script, making some big-time throws. McDaniel's play calling has been very, very good. And I think, the biggest thing is that they're having long, sustained drives where they're having nice third down conversions. They're keeping things simple. They're not throwing the ball down the field as much. With just how teams are playing them, they have to do this. We know the Dolphins can still be an explosive team if they want to be, but they're having more of these long, sustained drives, which is what really hurt them last year. And then Tua's off-script ability has helped, make some of those big plays, converting those third downs. It's been really, really nice to see. Jonnu Smith was amazing in this game. Really, really came alive. Even Julian Hill, the other tight end, had a couple big plays in this game. He's probably been one of your worst players offensively, just across the board. The running game is still, trying to find a success. I think it's not going to be as good without Austin Jackson. And you also don't have Alec Ingold, which definitely hurts you as well. But really, really impressed with what the Dolphins offense overall was able to do with how efficient and how they're doing it too. It's just in such a different way compared to last year that it's very, very impressive how much they've been able to fix what they struggled with last year while still doing some of the things they were able to do with those timing middle of the field throws, to a throwing with anticipation and things like that. So very, very impressed. One thing I noticed in this game was they definitely saw the Raiders like to run man on third down, because the Dolphins ran a lot of pick and rub plays, which is not something they typically do a lot of. And I think mainly it's because they don't face a lot of man-to-man. But it's not something they really like to do. But here, Odell picks the linebacker. I think, he tries to avoid him, but him and the linebacker still run into each other. I guess this technically could have been called for OPI, but I think OBJ's trying to avoid him, and technically the linebacker destroys him. But you get man-to-man. He's on the linebacker. Tua's reading that, and he's taking that in the flat to Achane all day long on third down. Just free yards. Take that every day of the week. Still able to do some of the stuff that you were doing last year with, if they give it to you, you take it. I think the reason, Tyreek and Waddle just haven't been as productive, but the offense has still been good, is because just how defenses are playing them, not giving them those opportunities they were last year. But the Dolphins have adjusted and done a much better job, especially in these last few weeks, with how they're playing in those adjustments. So you get this look. Tua reads, sees this open space, sees that it's cover 3. He's going to take that throw the whole time. The guy who's a flat defender opens up this window. It's the most open window you'll see. And look at Tua's ready to release this. Tyreek's a few steps into his route, and Tua's already starting his release. Literally, and hits him perfectly. That's just insane anticipation. That's where Tua's at his best. Tua probably had, I would say, 2 to 3 negative plays. This was probably the biggest negative one. The Dolphins got pretty lucky after this one, because they also got a holding call, and they were lucky to get this ball back. This is what I would say is the problem. Sometimes Tua is trying to do too much in certain situations. He needs to just take a sack. But I think, that's what comes with trying to create off script sometimes. Sometimes it's going to come with these negative plays. So I think I'll take the outcome where, maybe there's one negative where, you might fumble, but you get it back. Better ball security for sure would be helpful. But you take the positives with how many times he was able to create off script to convert a third down. Fortunately, they got a defensive holding the next play. Get right back into it. Dolphins do another rub action. They get man-to-man on third down. Raiders would either go cover 1, cover 2. It looks like they're playing cover 1, but they're shading over Tyreek. But all you're looking at is just a quick out. Force this guy to work over the top of Waddle. Waddle sits down on it, and you just get, free walk-in for a third down right there. Conversion. Very, very nice. 4th and goal. Dolphins did a good job converting 4th downs as well in this game. Another work of motioning across and utilizing the rub. You see that it's man-to-man. 20 is chasing him across. You're forcing 20 to work around these clump, right here, the guys that are covering Tyreek and Waddle, who are both working to the inside. And you take that throw to Jonnu all day long. You throw it quick, throw a bullet, throw it to his back shoulder, exactly what you want. Also had Waddle open. He beat 25, but might have to wait to throw it because the linebacker could potentially be in the way. But got exactly what you wanted with this look, and you get a Jonnu Smith touchdown, and Jonnu was outstanding in this game. So Really liked the play calling, how they were able to convert and stuff like that. Tua's just making a lot of quick, smart decisions too. Like, 1st and 10, you go empty. I feel like Tua's been really solid and empty this year. Robert Jones loses his rep very quickly. And once he identifies the quick pressure, he knows he's going to have Odell over the middle. See him sitting down, boom, just take it. All day long. Quick release. Feeling that isn't even able to step into the throw. Put some nice zip on it. Allow Odell just to get upfield. Pick up nice 8 yards, 1st and 10. Quick decision. Know where your outlets are when you're going to get quick pressure on you. That type of thing. Dolphins, this was a 4th down too. 4th and 2. Dolphins motion across. They know they're getting man-to-man. Raiders go cover 2 man. Tua looks off to the left here. Could have potentially taken Achane. I understand why he didn't, just because 41 actually does get over the top of this pretty quickly. But once he sees, he knows, he identifies, this. He's reading 41, basically. Potentially still could have thrown it to Achane on, a quick wheel route. But he sees 41 move out of the way there. He knows that this middle of the field now is going to be open, and he's going to have Tyreek Hill one-on-one in that drag. And he's taking that all day long, and they just pick up a nice, easy completion. Just real nice work. And then we get to see Tua off script, really working off script here. Raiders ran a decent amount of just pure cover 2 as well. Looks like they're more running quarters in this situation, but they get play action, and you're running basically a 2-man route concept, and it's not open. Tyreek's taken away. Waddle, you could potentially hit, but he's not reading there. Now it's taken away. He tries to step in the pocket because they're only, he has a very clean pocket, but he steps up, feels this, now is able to feel Crosby working back underneath it, step up behind. Great work by Smythe to stick with it as well. They actually doubled Crosby here with Smythe and Hill, and I actually think they did a pretty decent job. And then they're able to get off. And Tua just off script. Gets his eyes back downfield. Great job by Waddle sticking with it. Seeing Tua roll to left, roll with him. And then Tua just, such a quick release. So accurate. Even on the run, hits Waddle exactly where you want. Really, really good play. Here's another 3rd down conversion. Potentially could, if he start, unfortunately, OBJ was his first read, and they do convert. He throws the ball with good timing. Nice to see Odell being a good threat on 3rd down. You get him one-on-one, and he's able to win, make a nice catch above the frame. If he was working to the other side first, he probably would have had a Waddle touchdown because they just forgot to cover him. Waddle's just standing in the end zone. And that one would have been nice because this was the drive that ended in a field goal. But you don't really, this is just his first read. Unfortunately, if he worked to the other side, he would have seen Waddle just walk in. Raiders had some coverage breaks, as you'll see throughout this video. Yeah, this is the play he gets sacked on 3rd and goal. Potentially, if he had a little bit more time, because I think he's working inside out here. So, first read is Tyreek. Tyreek kind of gets taken away from the linebacker. He gets rerouted. He starts to feel the pressure. He would next be going to Jonnu, but he would have had to rip this in, but he starts to, reset right there. Maybe if he was able to get back to Waddle, he could have taken this because there would have been space open, but he's getting sacked at that point in the play. But one of the few times where I think, they weren't able to convert their 3rd downs. But other than that, Tua was playing very, very sharp in the pocket here. Raiders go cover 2. He's been ripping these hole shots all day, but he doesn't really like the look that he sees here on either guy. So he comes off of it pretty quickly, comes off of the smash concept to the bottom, able to step up in the pocket, reset your feet, find your check down outlet, which is Julian Hill. And I thought Julian Hill made some nice plays as a pass catcher in this game as a check down guy. Very, very nice to see. Just pick up a nice, easy completion, get upfield for 1st down after chip. Know where your options are. Very, very good work. This was the most successful run of the day. I thought this was just good work across the board. Achane has definitely been your best runner. Probably one of your best, probably your best offensive weapon just on the season all around. Just good blocking. We get Kendall Lamb with a good block on Max Crosby. Seals him off. Good work by Eichenberg and Brewer getting to the next level. Good work here by Julian Hill getting up to that DB. He's able to kick him out. Really effective block. Even Jones gets bodies on. And now you're just seeing just elite footwork and great contact balance here from Achane. Vision, burst, all of the good stuff. Stay on his feet, even out of the spin. And then just tough to bring down, fighting for extra yards. He's been so good for you this season. I wanted to show this play, even though, it's not the biggest deal. They score the next time. I feel like they tried to throw this corner route. Obviously, I think Tua's been really good at throwing the corner versus cover 2 this season, where there's a flat defender and you basically just take one-on-one with the deep safety. But I do think he missed this a few times down in the red zone. They threw this like 3 times. I think this one's the best example to show. The other ones were like, I think he's just been throwing these a little bit later than he usually does. Like here, he's still throwing with anticipation compared to most quarterbacks, but usually he would throw with much more anticipation. And if you're gonna lob this as much as he did, like he has to put this, I think he has to throw it a little bit earlier and more on a rope. And I think he puts it too far inside as well. Just something where I feel like he's waiting to see it a little bit longer down in the red zone because he doesn't want to make that mistake and turn it into an interception. And it leads to plays like that. But then you get the touchdown off script. I think they did a very good job containing Crosby throughout the game. That was another big selling point. His first read over here to Tyreek, taken away. He sees that. That's not going to be open. Nothing really there. He feels the pressure, escape the pocket, which honestly, I think some good speed here, especially because this guy's coming in unblocked and getting after Tua. Like, he's coming in here, and Tua's able to, from basically nothing, like, his feet are not active at all, from a dead stop to escape that, and great job by Armstead, too. Because a lot of times in the situation where a QB escapes the pocket and you're in this situation, you would get called for holding. He does a great job. Like, once this guy tries to separate, instead of, like, holding and pulling, he's able to get himself back into the chest of the guy and then drive him to the ground. That is an insanely good play from Armstead not to get a holding call there. Now he skips the pocket to the left. Good job by Tua, I think, just committing full speed at this point in the play, because he kind of just tucks the ball like he's going to run it and, protects the ball right there, which is good. Just in case, like, Crosby was working around behind him. He protects the ball and then also commits to, like, a full speed run. And then once he gets outside and sees he has the space, get your eyes downfield, reset, find Tyreek coming open, boom, touchdown in the end zone. Great job. Just way, way better this season off script. I think that's a huge part of the game. This was his best throw in the game, of my opinion, because this was the second half, the third downs becomes a little bit harder. They were like 3rd and 9s, 3rd and 10s. They weren't gaining as much on 1st and 2nd down. This was Tua of last year. This Dolphins love this concept. One, they get Tyreek motioning pre-snap, slight motion. I kind of cut it out accidentally, but he was slightly motioning. He was like a couple steps in. They slightly motion him out, which gets him just like, it moves this guy off his spot, gets him a little bit wider. And instead of Tyreek running this, where this guy could potentially get away, gives him an extra set. Look at the anticipation. He's already starting to release this. This is versus Tampa 2. You're having the tight end just carry this Mike defender long enough. You throw this, put the ball where this guy can't get in the window, put it on his back shoulder. Just absolutely beautiful throw with anticipation, accuracy. Him and Tyreek being on the same page to know to not completely run this dig across the middle. And that is an insane, insane throw. And I think it's just something, Tua's made these throws, these types of plays, at a higher level than pretty much anyone over the past few seasons under McDaniel. Just really, really good. And this drive in particular, like, this is the same drive that was going from the 3rd to the 4th. I think he made his biggest throws of the day. Like, here was another big 3rd down throw. This one a little more manageable. They get the cover 2 look. They run smash. He's reading this corner. If this guy gains depth, he's not going to throw this. But he sits on it long enough. Look at the anticipation. He holds him with his eyes and body language. Makes it look like he potentially might throw it to Achane, but he throws it over the top. Puts it on a line, but with enough air to get it over 7. And then Johnny makes a nice catch at the catch point. Gets 2 feet in bounds. Great, great work. Tua's been ripping these hole shots all day long, which he's been doing at a much higher rate this year, because you got to be able to make these throws. The Dolphins have not been as throwing it, because usually if you look to one side of the field, they're still running a lot of the same stuff, like the inbreakers. If he started on this side, he probably would have had Malik Washington for a free 1st down. But they've been running a lot of smash concepts, which the coverages the Dolphins have been facing, you can hit smash, but they have been thinking, since Tua doesn't have the strongest arm, you can't hit these. But with Tua's anticipation and accuracy, if he throws the ball on time, like, he'll hit those for sure. Also, look at the attention Tyreek gets. You get Julian Hill on a free out route. This is where, you're still running smash, but you're taking the flat option, the one that's either like the quick out or the curl instead of the corner route. And they get this. They're running quarters down in the red zone. And you just get the leverage. He reads the linebacker. One, he starts over here. He reads the corner. He sees the corner open up his hips. He knows it's quarters. Now he knows the linebacker is the flat defender. If you have the outside leverage on him, take it to Julian Hill. Julian Hill gets it easy. Catch the ball. Boom. Get upfield. Pick up like 5 yards. This was a good Julian Hill drive as well, because if you look at Julian Hill, he had that nice catch, pick up 15, and then down in the red zone, we get the H-hand touchdown. Outside zone, good just blocking here up front. H-hand's able to press, also good job by H-hand pressing up. And look at Julian Hill take on 2 blockers. He takes on 49, and then also is able to get out to one hook him. And then once H-hand presses up, it gets people to commit up just enough now that he has the speed to bounce this and get to the corner. Everyone blocking. That was a really, really good rep from Hill. Also, I feel like Waddle's gotten some heat. I feel like people still don't understand how good Waddle is. Yes, Waddle's had some drop problems throughout his whole career, really, but Waddle is still a very good player. Same with Tyreek, but like with just how the offense has had to evolve and how they've had to utilize their players and how defenses are playing them, they've just had to get less targets, and that's the world it is right now. I'm sure there will be times where Tyreek or Waddle will still take over, but reps like this are like how you realize how good Waddle still is. Like if you get one-on-one, like they go man, they go cover one robber, they've got one deep robber. If you go man-to-man, Waddle is still one of the most dangerous guys. You don't want to guard him one-on-one. And he wins this rep very easily and gets the holding call. He gets the PI. He knows how to utilize leverage. The guy has outside leverage. He has outside leverage, and Waddle knows he's running an out route here. So he hard steps to the inside. I think Waddle's one of the best at this in the game, is where his first step is so hard and electric to the inside. He's able to completely move this guy to the inside, and now he's already back on the outside path. He already was able to get even with him quickly and get that outside leverage right away. And for him to be able to do that with just one hard step to the inside is so impressive. His twitch, his ability, and then able to get back exactly where he wants. And now he won this route. Now he gets pulled, held. If he doesn't get held here, this is probably an easy completion, because I think Tua and Waddle, like, it slows him down. He throws it with anticipation, but imagine if Waddle had an extra, step here and would have seen the ball a lot quicker because he got tugged on the play. But then that gets a PI, another third down conversion. This play, I think this is the last play to break down. This is Johnny Smith touchdown. I still don't know exactly what the Raiders are trying to run. Clearly, it's a breakdown in coverage. I think they're trying to run man-to-man, but I guess it's 0 because they don't have any safeties deep. So, we'll watch this play. They motion across. Watch 41. 41 is clearly communicating, and they motion across here to go. I think he's telling one of these guys to go cover him. But they end up bringing 5. And then technically Diablo blitzes as a 6. And Jonnu goes in uncovered down the field. So here's what I think happened. So they motion this across. I guess it's just cover 0 because they both end up guarding the tight end here. Because 20 comes down to play man-to-man. Or it looks like it at least. Or maybe he's trying to take away this throwing lane to Tyreek. But no one, either 20 is supposed to go across and cover one like Jonnu, or number 5 was supposed to cover Jonnu. Either way, because he delayed blitzes, and then Jonnu's just left open. So there was a huge breakdown there. Really hard to figure out exactly what the call was because it really doesn't make too much sense. And then Jonnu makes a big play. Good play by Tua off script as well. He feels the pressure up the middle very quickly. He's able to escape the pocket. He starts off to the right. It wasn't really open. He sees that he doesn't have that number advantage there. Honestly, when I saw this live, just with how Tua threw it, rolling to the left, kind of throwing back across his body, throws it as a fadeaway, I was like, oh no, it's going to get picked. Because he was lobbing it, and usually when you throw it like this, it's going to be a pick. But then I was like, what the heck? Jonnu was wide open. And that was the dagger in the game. The offense was absolutely phenomenal. We'll do a defensive film breakdown tomorrow. Wasn't the defense's best day. I think they did a decent job in certain parts of the game. I thought Chop Robinson was very good again, and Jalen Ramsey was very good. But I guess the Raiders did come into the game. I think the biggest thing is the Raiders came into the game with a new offensive coordinator, so they didn't really have film on what the Raiders' new offense would be. So I guess that makes it a little bit tough. But hopefully the defense can start to play like they did against the Rams. But Dolphins' hopes are alive. It's still going to be a very difficult path ahead. I feel like they have to really pretty much win out, maybe lose one game to make the playoffs. Because I looked at the other teams that are ahead of them. Their schedules are also very easy. So really can only afford to lose one, but at least the Dolphins are back in it. The season's exciting again. When Tua's in there, if the offense is playing like this and Tua's in there, I feel like the Dolphins can compete with anyone. Not saying they'll, beat any team. But I think they're capable of it. I think they're showing that they have enough talent that if they're able to be on like this, I also huge shout out to McDaniel. McDaniel has been so much better. Uh, especially even before Tua returned, there was like the final couple games without Tua. I feel like his play calling has improved. I feel like the adjustments he's made to the offense and how teams has played him has been really, really good. So to me, McDaniel has really, really earned that trust back in me, and it's been for like 5, 6 weeks straight. So really, really nice to see. So if you guys are new, like, sure, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.